There we go. Good morning, guys. Welcome to our another weekly webinar. Thanks for allowing me to share some information with you guys. So really appreciate it. Today, we will be discussing our HIK-Central Connect version 1.1. So I'm going to explain a little bit more about that. Obviously, I'm not going to try and make it too technical. I just want to introduce a little bit and show you guys some of the few little features and the new future applications that's arriving regarding this. So I hope that you guys really enjoy this. Please take note that we live in South Africa and we have a thing called load shedding. So if we do get disconnected, my apologies. And if you see that the lights go out, and yes, I'm sitting in the training room, again, our offices are being used for multiple different appointments. So I get normally kicked away. So I'm finding any spot, any availability where I can to sit down to give you guys some product information. If you are watching this on YouTube, please stay tuned that next quarter, that is next month, we will have so much more amazing ways that we're going to present this. So keep an eye out on that. Not just this topic, but overall on Hikvision. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to introduce a little bit of a video to you guys about this whole situation. Instead of having the video in the PPT, I would like to share it separately. So let me try and do that. Where is my little video? There we go. So have a look at this. Maybe it will give you a better understanding.
Looking for cloud-based security solution for your business? Meet HIK-Central Connect, Hikvision's platform for unified security management with boosted flexibility, scalability, and cost-effectiveness. No matter how many devices you manage, whether it's just a few or it's thousands, and no matter where your branches are located, whether they are across the city or on the other side of the globe. With HIK-Central Connect, the power is in your hands to centralize management of multiple sites on the cloud, including video security and more. You can manage all devices easily with intuitive and friendly interfaces, greatly relieving management burden. Take complete control of your on-site security anytime, from anywhere, even on the go. Get live video feed, playback, and remote control across multiple sites, all at your fingertips. Get real-time alerts when there is real emergency, and the security staff will be able to take prompt actions. Using the cloud, the HIK-Central Connect is easy to set up and running. It does not require maintaining a bunch of servers, and there's no more configuration for port forwarding or building VPNs. So you can quickly deploy security projects and minimize the upfront investment and labor costs. HIK-Central Connect grows in scope and size as your business grows. When you set up a new branch, you can quickly deploy the whole security system. The pay-as-you-go subscription mode allows you to flexibly adjust the plans and pay only for what you actually use. With HIK-Central Connect, you can enjoy maximum security and reliability, multiple industry-leading standards and protocols, secure data encryption for transmission and storage, world-class cloud services, and Hikvision team dedicating for the smooth running and always up-to-date platform. It's never been easier to find a tailored security solution for your premises. Choose HIK-Central Connect and get ready to take your business to the next level. HIK-Central Connect. Connected security. Ready to go.
There we go. All right, so very basic. I think if you watch the video, you'll have a better understanding compared to what I'm going to explain to you. Yeah, let's jump into that. All right. So let's enjoy this. So again, we'll do a Q&A after the recording because the recording is for YouTube, and then we'll take it from there. So let's have a look quickly. Right, what is the HIK Connect, the HIK-Central Connect itself? So you guys are familiar with HIK Connect itself, then you are familiar with HIK Pro Connect, and then HIK-Central. HIK-Central Connect itself is a mobile app. It's very similar to our HIK-Central side of things, but this is more for the mobile use. So if we had to put it into a little category of a line, we would say that the end user is using HIK Connect itself. The installer, the actual technical guy, is using the HIK Pro Connect. And then the management people, the management companies that manage different branches or different solutions or provide maybe a service, they will be using the HIK-Central Connect itself. And also then you have HIK-Central, that's going to be for the control room based operation. So I hope that makes some sense. IVMS is used for internal network for monitoring, so not really for external. So keep that also in mind. It's always been that way, but some people still use IVMS in their control room to monitor clients' notifications, alarm alerts and stuff like that. Yeah, use HIK-Central. It's designed for that, and not, I know that it does work, but it also has its limitations. So if you have issues or complications or events that you didn't receive or notifications that you didn't receive from the system, it's because you are probably using IVMS as a control room base and not as an internal structure. But anyway, that's a whole nother subject for the next quarter. Moving on from there, let's see, did I jump a slide now? Did I not? Let's just double check. No, I didn't. Okay, anyway, moving on. So video surveillance as a service. Yeah, some people say VSAAS or yeah, I'm not going to try that one, but anyway. All right, so this is a very popular thing at the moment, especially on the cloud solution. So just to break it down, so as you can see, a lot of companies nowadays are spending the money, where's my little laser, spending the money on their server and their storage and security ways of monitoring. So because of COVID, a lot of people are working from home. So there are different solutions. So we have our cloud-based solution for that. And that's part of the HIK Connect, the HIK Pro Connect, and the HIK-Central Connect range itself. So in the industry, we can see that more people are going towards this cloud-based storage solution and remote access towards that. So we basically trying to focus on that as well, because we can see that in the industry and we can see that this is a big demand. So with this app, we're trying to make things a little bit more user-friendly, easier, and more convenient for a lot of companies. So some companies will have their cameras, their NVRs, their mobile, their dash cams, their alarm systems, all integrated into that. So instead of you spending the money on the server, the resources, the computer, the management system for that, etc., we have a solution, so obviously, to save you a lot more money. It's easy to deploy, and obviously there's a lot new features. So at the moment, we also have alarm to dedicate to get that notifications and for that storage. Very soon we'll have access control. We'll also have video intercom and the normal analytic intelligence side of things as well. This is a very secure environment, and like any of our products, there are big security measurements for this, and we'll talk about that very soon. But again, it all comes down to how secure you make your environment. If somebody gets onto your network for your internet, then your majority of your stuff is going to be at risk. Number one. Number two, if you're going to make your password 12345 or make your password the word password, you're looking for trouble. Stop it. Make it something else. and etc. So let's move on from there. Next page. Right. So instead of, like I said, multiple call centers or multiple monitoring area environments and different service to save your money, we make it a lot easier. Easy to deploy and easy to use. We try and make it as very easy, as very simple as possible. And then also we try and make it very versatile so that you can select what options and what payment options that you want, so that you can change that category according to what you would like to have for video, for mobile, for alarms, etc. So it all depends on your application. All right. And then obviously, as I mentioned, the security, we have multiple different security levels. There are encryptions as well. So we take that very seriously, especially from a cybersecurity point of view. Our guys are working very hard to keep that up to date and make sure that we get the latest information. Hackers do have the capability of obviously hacking into certain places, but again, it comes down to your point of view of what you are trying to do for your security measurements. So if you are going to allow that everybody jumps onto your network, you are going to look for trouble. If you're going to click and open certain links you're not supposed to, then you are looking for trouble. So keep that in mind. It's a whole security solution and vulnerability that we will be looking at in next month as the new quarter coming through on Q4. Right, but anyway, moving on. Next page, go on. Doesn't want to go to the next page. Why? Oh, PPTs. Gotta love them. There we go, finally. All right, so as a solution, just to give you an idea, so any retails, any businesses where you have multiple different companies that you need to look after, even if it's international, you have that capability. And also if it's maybe from a call center point of view for ARC, so that your control room would be able to monitor this 24 hours itself. So there's from houses to factories to businesses, etc., everything in one. So we try to make it very easy, very straightforward, and make it especially as a business scope itself for the end companies itself to be able to monitor their staff, monitor their projects, and monitor different businesses itself from their mobile phone. A lot of us are on the go and we are using different platforms to be able to make life easier. HIK-Central in general is a platform that we have designed to be able to pull in multiple different of our products into one solution. Instead of having a little program for alarms and having a program for CCTV, having a program for access control and security inspection, from metal detectors to x-rays, or for thermography, for handheld devices, for mining, we have basically brought you a single program as HIK-Central, and now we obviously need to manage that. So as managers or HR or technical managers or project managers, you have the capability of having this tool on your mobile phone on the go. And then also you can allow permissions and applications and being more flexible towards your staff that's using the ProConnect, and also signing or allowing different applications and approvals for HIK Connect clients, the end users. All right. So as you can see, multiple different applications where we can do that. We are focusing on the basics for CCTV and alarm. Obviously, this helps us to connect via a peer-to-peer. So it's a direct connection itself. So speeding up the process on your network, dropping down your resolutions and your streamings and your internet usage and etc. So helping you with that. So in future, we'll be looking at more things like the fleet solution, which we are looking at now, different projects itself. So having that capability of doing all that, making it easier. An open API is available for us to be able to work in partnership with multiple different companies. So we are very flexible on that. Also, again, web browsing applications, so you don't need any plugin tools to be able to do live feed and playback as well. So keep that in mind. And we're also going to focus a little bit, obviously we are familiar with that, but the next focus will be for mobile dash cams, video intercom, facial terminals, and access control in general. All right. So regarding that, yes, I saw somebody else ask a question. Let me just get rid of my laser quickly there for a second. Let's just quickly see. I know we got Q&A, but regarding that subject, the storage can be done locally. Majority of our storage is also on our own cloud, so it depends on what your client needs or what your company needs itself. You can use Amazon, as you can see as well. So we do have that flexibility if you have your own server or your own system itself, but using our software and our integration to be able to handle that itself. If you need to know more about that, please speak to the company that you normally order your equipment from. They will be able to schedule an appointment. There are special courses for this and more information, but because it's such a very technical aspect, and because there's so much more information for these kind of videos that we are doing for webinars, we are trying to just introduce the product and trying to make you aware of different options that you have, and then it's up to you if you would like to take that matters further. We just want to make sure that we can share as much information as possible, not to confuse anybody, but what we can do. All right. And then obviously also from end data use point of view, we have that capability. And as I mentioned, the security, the flexibility, and the reliability of this service availability. Let me just click that one. There we go. Done. All right. And then also, as I mentioned, that security measurements, there's so much more protocols that's we've got in place. There's a lot of rumors. Sometimes things are rumors, and sometimes some companies will advertise or it will be on the news. We do share our information about any breaches or any security risk, and we are public with it at all points always. We show exactly what was picked up, we show who picked it up, and we show what we've done to make changes. That information is always available on our cybersecurity for Hikvision. And I have to say that I work well with the guys, and they always share the information, and everything is always public. All right. We do understand that there are certain countries that don't always see eye to eye, and they also want their own country's equipment or security or products to succeed higher than any other countries or any other brand or company. So keep that in mind as well. So there are political point of views, but we're not going to go down there. We're not involved with that. We don't want to get involved with that, because we just feel that we have a decent product. There's a lot of security measurements. All the information is availability for anyone to go and view. And yeah, keep that in mind. All right, moving on to the next slide. Come on, slide, work with me. There we go. All right. So introducing the next information, if the PPT would work with me, there we go. So just the general information on that. So the reason why we have that, before it used to be difficult because the HIK Pro Connect person had to log in, the installer will scan the devices, and you used to go through all those protocols, and then the finished product is the end user can see the cameras. But now we've made it a bit easier for the management itself. So what we can do is basically register through the app itself, and then scan the devices, and then basically link to say who's allowed to, what's allowed to, etc., to be more flexible, making it easier. All right. So keep that in mind. And then also for that front account creation, it makes it a little bit easier. Then we have the service protocol itself to be able to assist with that. So again, in the past, with the different applications that we have, made it a little bit tricky. Now we basically have a bit more control, especially from the management point of view itself. So that flexibility is there. Not just that flexibility, but also on the monitoring side of the different products and the health itself. So as that support structure is there, it makes it a bit easier for you guys to be able to know whose account it is and who it links to. And if there's any feedback whatsoever, it will send that email through. All right, come on. There we go. So as before, like I mentioned, the HIK Pro Connect person will basically go and add the device, battle. But not just that, there were certain time periods where the client would say, oh no, I forgot my password, or I'm at risk, or whatever the case is. So now, because of that management code itself, it makes it a lot easier for you to be able to reset their password. So back in the days, we used to go and take all the information, take a picture, send it through to our call center or to whoever your company is that you ordering your stock from, or where your suppliers from, as a representative for Hikvision, and they will assist you to reset that password, and you have to do it in the same day. Now there's so much more flexibility, and we have shown this through a ProConnect and HIK-Central Connect itself, and these are videos that we've done in the previously. So keep that in mind, by just showing you how flexible, how easy that is, especially if your client has some sort of problems with their network or there's certain issues. Immediately you can concentrate on those and automatically set them up or change any settings on it. Look at the health monitoring itself and do that remote configuration or fixing on your mobile device or remotely to make it easier for you guys. So it sells itself. So yeah, anyhow, for that monitoring, come on, there we go. Did I skip? Anyway, okay, so that flexibility itself, so easy monitoring. Oh, it's showing me a whole different slides now. Before you can see it's buffering. Yeah, my PPT is crashing. There we go. Okay, let's go one slide back. Don't get stuck. Is it going to go one back? Is it stuck? It's not stuck. Why is it doing that? It crashed. No. These things happen. My apologies, guys. I don't know if it was something to do with the load sharing or what, but these things do happen. So let me quickly open that up again. Where is my PPT? Come, PPT. Don't be shy. There we go. So, load sharing, eh? How's the weather, guys? Awesome. Okay, let me open this up bigger so you can all see that this has happened. And these things are normal, especially when you do live things. Okay, let's close that again. Let's open the right page. Evan, come on. You can do this. It's not that complicated. It's just a PowerPoint. Okay. All right. I think there I can go skip and wait for it to load. There we go. That page we have done. Okay. All right. Let's open it up. Are you going to work? There we go. Awesome. Okay. So while it's busy carrying on loading, so from the app itself, you have that capability also to view the cameras immediately, and it's buffering again, stop it. You can do playbacks, capture some images, do recording of that specific event. You have two-way communication. This makes it easier, guys. Once the linkage is there from your camera to your NVR to your device itself, I don't know how many times I need to explain this, but in next quarter, I will do an entire video to show you how to use the microphone, whether it's from your mobile phone or whether it's from the control room point of view through HIK-Central or HIK-Connect or ProConnect. So just to show the entire system itself of using the microphone, talking to the camera. If you have a camera that has built-in analytics for AccuSense, for microphone and built-in speaker. So if you have that application, I'll show you how to do that. The nice thing is a lot of people don't know, you can take a normal camera with that built-in speaker and microphone. If it's an IP base, you can take your HIK-Connect app or even your HIK-Central Connect app, and you can record your message itself. So when the customer walks into the shop and you have drawn a line at the front door, your customer will walk in and you can go and play a message. So on that message, you can say, today we have cake cookies. That's my tea cookies. Cake cookies on special. And I'm not advertising. I'm just saying I'm eating cookies. Can I blur that out? Anyway, so you can advertise that you have cake cookies on special for 30 bucks. As the customer walks in, the camera will notify them about that special that you've done the recording. Not just that, also if you have the cameras maybe at the front door of a business, like let's say, builder's shop itself, and normally the beggars will go and sleep in front of the door, as example, the control room or the client from their mobile phone, whichever way, can press the two-way audio mic and say, hey, you trying to sleep there in front of the door, you can tell them to fitzak, go, fitzak, go. So keeping that in mind. Okay, I'm getting off topic. Am I not? I am. Okay. All right, let me move along. All right. Now, the next step is also you can quickly locate those cameras. You can assign different files, so you can put certain cameras into certain locations to make it easier, especially if it's on a regular basis. Moving on. Is it going to skip to the next page? Or is it just going to buffer? It's buffering. Oh, all right. Okay, quick. Before we crash again. All right, so we have our normal NVR with cloud-based. We also have the box. So some people will go box. Yes, we do. So if you have older systems or certain systems that are not capable of that cloud option, you have a box. Or you can take your cameras and directly pull it into the box, and from the box directly to your cloud solution. So we have the normal box, and we also have the Pro Connect box, so that you can do recordings. Sorry, I had coffee and I just realized that, yeah, it's getting to me. All right, so you have multiple different applications from 2 channels to 8 channels. And some people will say, yeah, but why not more? We do, but there's different applications. So keep that in mind. Again, we have gone over this. This is just a brief indication of what we are talking about. But anyway, so you have different options. So if you want better resolutions out of an 8-channel itself for that backup recording storage for cloud, obviously you are going to drop the resolutions. If you want higher, maybe 6 of them are going to be very low quality, and 2 channels will be very high quality. So it depends on how you're going to make your balances. All right, keep that in mind. Moving on from there. Next slide. There we go. Okay. So on the next slide, as you can see, the previous version 1.0 is now changed up to version 1.1. And now obviously we can do so much more. So live playback, all those things are upgraded. Your views and your groups as well has been upgraded. Your video search has been upgraded as well. We have enabled your video alarm, your notifications for that. The health monitoring has been increased as well, so there's more information on health monitoring. And we've also added the open API as well, so keep that in mind. So very nice little options there on the new version. And the more we carry on, the more options we're going to add. So as you can see also for the alarm side, we've added this now, so there's more flexibility regarding your alarm. You can add your GIS map itself, so for like a Google map, or maybe like a normal map itself for, is my mouse? Yeah, my mouse is doing that. Yeah, anyway, okay. I don't know how the recording is coming through. If my camera is over that area, I think my camera is. What happens if I move my camera to the middle? Nothing. Okay, so I'll try and explain. But anyway, at the back, it shows map. Yeah, but anyway, so moving on. So the nice thing is all the linkages that you can do with that remotely. So again, linkages will help you to do so much more to be able to get notified. So once the map pulls up on your app itself for that end user, and then somebody says, okay, but now what about HIK-Central itself? Why HIK-Central Connect? So where to start? Okay, so let's say you are a company and you are doing HIK-Central as a profession. and you have multiple different companies that use your facility. So you do the setup and you create the accounts and et cetera, or you have a company and you have maybe like control room people. So now the nice thing is you can allocate different job titles remotely so they can work from home. So this will give you that flexibility. And not just that, also once the alarm comes through, it will show up the map if you do add the map. It will show up the map, and wherever your operator or your technical person has done the setup, it will show the different cameras in whichever corner of the property or inside the house itself. And then all you need to do is click on it and it will open up that video. Boom. You don't have to go and look for which one on the list it is. You click on the image and it will open up the camera, and then you can click on multiple other ones around it so you can get different angles. So it's just all around awesomeness, like really awesomeness. Even if there's an alarm that triggers for the alarm system, and you know there's a camera looking at an environment, you click on the camera and you can see what the alarm sensor picked up. So, you know, do a quick playback, that kind of things. Makes it easy. All right. And not just that, also that flexibility from a mobile point of view. So you have so many different products that can be pulled into it. Our mobile solution, and as I said, also our alarm solution under one platform. So making it so much easier. That VCA has always been a benefit to any company. So there's multiple different applications now. So from your people counting to facial capturing, your black and white list alarms. So yeah, there's so much more. Your normal mobile solution as well, from that behavior analytics for the internal for the driver, your dash cams itself for if there's any alerts or anything happening, your sensors, your tampering, all those type of things. So one platform. All right. Moving on from there. So as I mentioned, that different sharing, yes, that's the manager, and that is apparently a police officer. A lot of these specifications are for South Africa, but anyway. So under this, it will be able to allow you to also share with certain people those files. So we know in South Africa, you need to share with certain, well, you have to share with our police force. And when it comes to our police force itself, they need to normally take those files off the system directly. So, but if they can't get to that system, and maybe your company's in Joburg and the event happened at a certain branch, you can have your local police station go to your security branch where the control room is, and from the HIK Central, they can extract that. It will still send through the watermark of what has happened, and the case can be opened. So sharing that makes it easier. And then lastly, let's just quickly go into it. On that mobile side, like I said, for the future that we are working on, different products, different LAN options that we have for those units from the inside of the vehicle, that a DBA camera itself for that analytics, so that will look after the person's face. So if the person falls asleep, it will send an alert. If the person is smoking, it will send an alert. You'll get an alert. If you're looking somewhere else, you'll get an alert. So there's multiple different ways. There's a whole platform about that. But anyway, so getting all that information, the nice thing is you'll look at different vehicles, just like any or almost all web fleet solution options, like web, not the company, web interface solution of monitoring your vehicles. There we go. All right. Anyway, so you can see where your vehicles are at, what they are doing. And you can basically assign certain vehicles to do certain things or certain groups, and not just that, also on the map itself. You can also save a lot more data for maybe have notifications, and then once they get to the depot, it will upload all the information. So what it basically means is, say you have a bus company, if there's anything that happens with harsh braking or cornering or panic or any behavior analytics for notifications, it will go through the SIM card. But the actual video footage itself, the recordings for non-important recordings, that will save onto the hard drive of that device. And once they get to the depot, it will upload through the Wi-Fi, saving data. moving on. Right, so you can see all those vehicles on the map if you pull in the map. So it depends on how the operator set it up. Get all that information, all that alerts, fine tune, check a little bit what's going on in real time. You can have entire integration, and you can also pull in from different regions as well. So keep that in mind. You can see on that map, you click on the vehicle. Once you click on the vehicle, it will still show you the map, and you can still see what the driver is doing at that very moment live. So you can also have a look at the playback. So it makes life easy. And in the reports, you can also do different graphs on the report. So you can see what your behavior is of your drivers. You can see if like my driving is different compared to someone else's driving. So you can also compare that. And then, you know, if they're speeding and etc., where they're speeding. So once you click on it, it will give you the link itself. And once you click onto that history playback, it will give you the entire report, where that speed was, and also where the camera footage is. Will show you why they've done that. Maybe they had to speed up to overtake a truck. Who knows? So anything is possible. So don't just start fighting with him. First have a look. All right. And then lastly, just to have an overview of the different options for the cloud storage on that. So there's we all know we have like monthly as well. We have yearly. Now we have 90 days for one channel per year. We have 180 days per channel per year, and the entire, a little bit more than a year there. Yeah, some bonus in there. So new different features under the alarm side. One alarm input per month or one alarm input per year. So getting that notification license, so more flexibility. So instead of you paying for, let's say, 1,000 channels, but you only have 800 clients or 800 channels, you don't waste that kind of money. You pay per one, so it saves you a bit more. So keep that in mind. And then next up is obviously just a linkage to say, okay, that's not supposed to be in there. Let's move the next one. There we go. The previous one was for me, for, you know, where you would get the links and everything. But anyway, don't worry about that. So under that as well, you can go to the platform under HIK Pro Connect itself. There will be certain places where you can register for this and incentives and etc. So all that information is there. So keep an eye out on that. Not just that, as I mentioned, that Pro Connect itself have that linkage going through with all your notifications, all your managements as well, to pull that into the HIK Central Connect itself. All right. Very nice, very fancy. No, and no, that's all internal side. And then thank you. All right, we are done on that. So it's a Friday, so I'm gonna say end the recording here for the guys on YouTube, and then for the other guys to stay behind if you would like to do the Q&A. Any other questions, please let me know. So let's quickly stop that recording. And for those that's on YouTube, see you guys next week with a new video with new information. I think next week we got some additional things. I think there's mobile as well. The mobile is there. HIK Central control room is there. So stay tuned for some additional things. All right.